17 wins between the Astros and Red Sox right now. This series is about who will get to 4 first. Chance installed as the favorite, the Sox, home field underdog. You can start there and then maybe ask, tell me at least what the Astros need to do to win and what the Red Sox need to do to win. What do you want to start us off?
Well, I like the Astros because I think, once again, we're talking about starting pitching. And if there's a better rotation than Houston's going to throw at the Red Sox, I think they can stop all those hitters. And I just believe that the Red Sox are going to have to go uphill, and I don't think they got enough to get to the top.
And do you believe the Red Sox, the 108-win regular season team, should be underdogs?
I think 47 of those were against the Orioles.
Not exactly, but it wasn't your large numbers. Spain, how about you?
Yeah, there were a lot of dogs that all the teams in baseball got to play, and the Red Sox were the only ones that managed to score 108 wins against those dogs. I guess the difference for me will be, can the Astros buck the trend, which is that in the last 20 years, only the Yankees have repeated, and before that you had to go back to the 70s. And in the last 20 years, only 2 teams even made it back to the World Series after winning. So as great as the Astros have looked, at some point will that World Series hangover catch up to them, and they have to get through a team like the 111-win Red Sox. So I think we're just used to being great, which is why we're somehow making them the underdogs.
Israel?
I love the idea of being disrespected because the world champs are favored over you. I don't think it's really a big deal. I think they're very well matched up. I think it's going to be a great ALCS. I just think the difference is the Houston pitching depth. And if you want me to pick a team right now, I think Houston's going to win it, but I wouldn't be surprised either way.
Well, I'm glad you wouldn't be surprised. If you're not surprised by that, you won't be surprised you're getting a mute for not being surprised by that. Clinton Yates, how about you?
And to that point about starting pitching, the Red Sox and David Price, it's what it comes down to. Of course, taking a huge gamble on throwing this guy out there when he's been so bad, and I think that if he struggles, they can't win, and that's going to be a big reason why they probably
Would you hit pause on starting him in Game 2 in the series?
I know why
Fenway, by the way, which I think he's going to get a tougher crowd at home than maybe he would get in Houston.
I know why he's doing it. I think it makes sense because he's got to force him to prove something. Mentioned that yesterday, but I don't necessarily think
a pick real quick, Woody Page?
Oh, the Astros.
Spain?
Red Sox.
Yates?
Astros.
And Israel's not surprised. So we'll move on. Buy or sell two. Biggest game on the college football schedule. Wisconsin at Michigan this week. Georgia at LSU this week. Washington at Oregon this week. Or maybe something else. Fleur-de-lis. Whatever you desire, Sarah. Go ahead.
I'm going with the Wisconsin at Michigan game, 15-12. These are 2 teams that can't afford another loss if they want to keep their college football playoffs alive. And we've seen Michigan's offense take off, be interesting, be dynamic. They've got to face a number 13 Wisconsin D. We'll see if they can keep it up against a team that's good on the defensive side.
Yeah, I'm going LSU, Georgia here, mostly because everybody hates the SEC, right? And if Georgia loses to LSU, there's a scenario where 3 SEC teams could possibly get into that semifinal, and everybody will hate the league even more.
Okay. How about you, Clinton?
Going Wisconsin, Michigan. I mean, Wisconsin lost that game to BYU. That was a genuine upset that they had no business losing. They got more to prove, and it was the worst loss of all these teams.
And with Clinton and Sarah, you chose poorly, as Indiana Jones might say. It's got to be the SEC battle between LSU and Georgia. Georgia's going to probably end up playing Alabama for the conference championship, and LSU, if it wins this game, she's going to give Alabama a really good game, I think, after this. So it's got to be that. The other game is about as exciting
This
as
game matters more to Alabama was not the question.
It wasn't exactly the question, though. I'll give you points, Woody Page, because you elicited the go-to avatar look for both Sarah, Israel, and Clinton as you were trying to call them all out. They all gave us the perfect face. We'll move on. Buy or sell 3, the Austin Matthews Revolution. 9 goals in 5 games this season. 9 goals. That's a 143 pace. Maple Leafs, by the way, have the 4th leading scorers in the league right now. What are you buying? What are you selling, Israel?
I'm not buying this keeping up, that's for sure. You mentioned right there the top 4 scorers in the NHL. Maybe they can mix it up a little bit. Austin Matthews, obviously, big body. If he doesn't get hurt, maybe he'll get into that big number. But no, not too soon.
Too soon. Clinton Yates, how about you?
The person that matters in this, as much as Matthews, is John Tavares, who came home, who they picked up, who also had a hat trick last week. He's the reason why that offense is clicking, and the reason why the Leafs were my pick in the conference.
Yes, they were. Thank you for reminding us. Go ahead, Woody Page.
If you look at that list of guys who have scored 9 goals in 5 games, that is impressive. And here's what's interesting. Matthews is the youngest to ever do it. And that team reflects him. It's maybe the youngest in the league and gotten off to a great start leading the Atlantic Division.
Maybe the youngest in the league. We couldn't actually get the numbers right to do the research there, Woody Page. Sarah Spade, how about you?
Yeah, we'll have to wait a little longer to see if goaltending and blue line issues are an issue for the Maple Leafs, but that doesn't mean right now we can't enjoy what Austin Matthews is doing, can't enjoy that they have the 4 top scorers, and look at what they're doing, especially when he's a Cali-born, Arizona-raised kid. USA dominating hockey. I love it.
Yes, that's true, but for the first time, this is a Canadian team also ready to make a run, and that's something they can celebrate. Of course, here, Israel Gutierrez, not for you today. Clinton Yates. It was 37. 34.
Cool. Izzy's not surprised.
We'll see you win the showdown next.
Crisco, Bush, and the great outdoors. They're the perfect combination. That's why Bush is partnering with the National Forest Foundation to protect America's backyard. And you can do your part just by cracking open a bush. A portion of each outdoor can sold will go towards planting trees.
Cool. Doing my part for the trees.
Yeah, that's not quite how it works.
C to the O to the O to the honey. We know the good that we do each day. The world shines bright, bright.